Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Prince Automation Destination. So in our last lecture of Git series, we discussed about version control system, we discussed about Git, and then later we discussed about how to add local code to the GitHub repository, and we discussed about some of the commands as well. In case you haven't already looked into my previous video, I'll request you to go back and take a look. So today we are going to cover yet another important topic, that is basic Git commands that we use on the daily basis. So these are git clone, git add, git status, git commit, and git push. So let us begin with git clone. So as you remember that we added this code on this particular repository. So as you remember, this was the code on this particular repository on the GitHub. Now the next step is the one people in the team, because we work in the team fashion, like there would be multiple people. So in order to clone, or in order to take a copy of this particular code, what we need to do, we need to share this particular URL. Right now it is public, but in real time it would be private, and the person who has access to this particular repository would be able to open this particular repository. Then after, what we need to do in order to clone it, we need to simply click on this code, and there are like multiple options to clone it. Cloning means taking a copy. So this is the URL to clone it. So one way is just click on this is the icon to copy. So I have copied it. Then after, what we can do, we can go to one location. So I have created one folder. So this is my D drive, and under D drive I have created one folder, demo. So what we need to simply do, we need to click on CMD, and this is one way of cloning. So I need to type in git clone, and this is the URL that I need to type in. As soon as I'll hit enter, what will happen, it will clone the repository here. This is one way, but I'll be discussing a different way, that is IntelliJ. So what we need to do, so I'm going to discuss about IntelliJ, how to clone using IntelliJ. So we need to click on file, new project from version control, and we need to simply provide the URL which we just discussed. So if you see that version control selected is Git, now what we need to do, we need to simply point to that folder which we just discussed, demo. This is how we can clone. I need to simply click on clone. This way what will happen, we would be able to clone. So once we will start cloning, we will get this option whether we want to open the clone project in this window, meaning this window, the existing window will be closed and new project will open here, or you want to open it in new. I usually prefer new, so I am clicking on new. Now you will observe that we are able to clone the repository. So it has same code as the remote repository that we have on the GitHub. So we are waiting for the sync. So if you see that it is synced, now we have the code locally available in different machine, right? So user one has posted on the GitHub, and user two now can clone it. So this is how we work. Now the next step is we need to click on terminal, which is equivalent to CMD. You can right click on this and you can go to open in Explorer and do it in the CMD as well, but I'm going to use this integrated terminal, or integrated CMD terminal, you can say. So the first command is git status after cloning. So git status is to check what are the different changes that you have in your file. Okay, so if you will read this particular thing, it is saying, when I mention git status, it is saying that your branch is up to date with origin master, nothing to commit, working clean tree, meaning there is no change as such. So what we are going to do next, we are going to simply go here, and coming here, you see that it is my note change. I'm going to replace T with R, and now when I will type in git status, what will happen, it will tell us that this particular file is now modified. And now you will observe this is not staged. So as discussed in the previous session, we have three type of areas. One is working directory. So right now code is in working directory. So when we will use git add, it will be moved to git stage, and when we will do git commit, then this will be moved to this git directory. So we will discuss one by one. So you can see, in case we don't want to keep these changes, we can simply use git restore, then this file name, to discard the changes in the working directory, and it will become clean. So let us do the same. Git restore first of all, and I can simply copy this, and I'm going to paste it. So now if I will type in git status, what will happen, it will say that your branch is up to date with origin master and there is no change. And as soon as I'll click here, that will be reverted with T. So you see that R is reverted with T. Now again I'm going to type in R. So this is how we can revert the changes in the working directory. Now again I'm going to do git status because I have again made the changes. Now what I want is I want to add this change. So the next step is, after making the changes, I want to add it. So one way is I can copy this particular file in case I want to specifically add, right? Other way is like we can use dot in case we want to add all the files. So I'm going to use git add dot. Now when I will do git status, what will happen? You see that the changes has been moved to stage area, and now it is saying that use git restore hyphen hyphen stage. Last time it was only git restore, but now it is git restore hyphen hyphen stage to unstage, meaning the change has been moved to staging area. So once we have moved our changes to the staging area, the next step is to commit it. So what we are going to do now, git commit hyphen m git commit is to move the changes to the git directory. So I will simply type in changes in login. So we need to provide some relevant message. So m stands for this message hyphen m. So when I will do git commit hyphen m, it says that this has been added, one file change, one insertion and one deletion, because we have made these kind of changes. Now when I will type git status, it will says that your branch is ahead of origin master, because we have now one more changes. But on the remote repository we don't have this commit so far. So what we need to do, we need to simply click on git push, right? What we need to do, so the next command is git push, because we have committed the changes and this is moved to the git directory locally, but we need to move this to the remote directory. So before that, let me move to the code and let me go to the same location. So let us see, this is step devs java step devs and login step dev, right? So you will see it is minor change, while locally we have minor change, and when we will push this change, we will see that we are able to push the changes and the changes will be reflected. But now there is, because clone is possible without having access, but push is not possible. So when I will try push, it will say that you need to authenticate it, means you need to provide some user who is going to authenticate, right? Who is doing this commit and push. So for that purpose, what we need to do, we need to simply uh, go to settings, and from settings we need to click on uh, this, sorry, we need to click on this profile first, then we need to click on settings, and from settings we need to come to this developer settings, and under developer settings we need to come to this personal access token. Under that, token classic, and here we can generate our new token, right? So we can simply click here and we can select multiple options here. It is not showing logged in, that's why we're not getting it. I'm just going to log in it once. So we need to select all the options, and at last we need to generate the token, but I have already generated the token, so I'll be using that particular token. Or maybe what we can do, we can create a new token. So let me do it for now. Repo workflow. So I'm going to select everything because I want to keep all the accesses. I'm going to simply select everything, and this token you can copy it once only. So once you like copy it, you can store it somewhere so that you can use it for the future references. Otherwise you will have to create again, and you will have to get it. So we need to provide some token. Let me call it demo git, and we need to click on generate token. So after this token got generated, we need to simply click on this, and now I'm again going here. So when we clicked on this push, this particular window got opened, right? So we need to simply provide token here, and we need to click on sign in. So when we click on sign in, this is how it would be able to create a connection, it would be able to authenticate, I mean, right? So now you see that it has moved the changes to the master. So if I'll go here, So previously it was minor change. If I'll now refresh it, you will see it is replaced with minor change. And similarly, if I come back here, we'll see one commit also. So if you remember, we provided this particular message, git commit hyphen m. We provided one message, correct? Git add dot git status changes in the login. So you can observe the same message has been posted here. We can take a look from the history as well. So there would be somewhere history as well, which would be maintained. So this is how we can use different commands. So as per the agenda of lecture, we were supposed to discuss git clone to clone the repository. Then we are adding the code to the local from the local repository to the staging. Then we are using git status to track the changes. Then we are committing to commit the changes to the git directory. And later, after committing it to git directory, what we need to do, we need to simply push it to the remote repository. So this is the command that I wanted to cover. Thank you for watching. I would request you to please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.